Let's have a look at rounding to significant figures. So the first thing we need to know is what significant figures are. Now, significant figures are often used a lot in science because we take measurements, and measurements, we can only ever be as exact as the measurement itself. So not all values have significance, and that's why we have these things called significant figures. So what it is that each of the digits in the number that are required to use, we start counting them from the first non-zero digit. So say I had the number 0.0345. I don't start counting from that first zero or the second zero. I start counting my significance as from the value of 3. So here I've got 1, 2, 3 values. I don't count the zeros at the start. I've got 3 values. Therefore, this number is expressed in 3 significant figures. Let's have a look at a few more ideas. So the rules are non-zero digits are always significant. So 1, 2, 3, up to 9, all those digits are significant except for 0. So any zeros between the digits are significant, and any zeros at the end, if they are in the decimal portion, then they're going to be significant. Okay, so there's some examples here of where the zeros are significant. So this first one, 4.70, it's in the zero is in the decimal point, and it is after the number, so therefore it is significant. So this would have 3 significant values. The next one here, again, we don't have any zeros at the start, so that's fine, but I have got 2 trailing zeros there, so that makes this number into 4 significant values. This next one here, the 0 at the start's not significant, that 0 is not significant. The 0 in the middle is significant, and I should have bolded that, I'll have to fix that. So that is significant, and the 0 at the end is also significant. So this number is actually written to 4 significant figures. The fourth number there, zeros at the start don't count, but the zeros at the end do. So this number has been written in terms of 3 significant figures. Let's have a look at a couple of examples where it's not significant. Now remember that rule, it said that if they've got any zeros in the decimal portion only, it's going to be significant. So if I had the number 200, those zeros there are not significant. So this is only 1 significant figure. This one here, again, the decimal point is after it here. Those zeros there are not significant. So that has been written to 2 significant figures. The value is still 25,000, okay, but the number of significant figures that have been written are 2. So let's have a look at this example here. We want to know how many significant figures we've got. So the ones at the front, the zeros at the front don't count, but any of the zeros between do, and the zeros at the end do. So in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 significant figures or significant digits. So that's what significant digits are. Now we've got to look at how we round using significant figures. So we've still got the same rules: 1, 2, 3, 4, round down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, round up. So this number here, 3,248, I want to round that to 1 significant figure. So it means that I want 1 digit to be significant, which is our very first one. So I want to think, right, I want to be able to write it just so that very first number is significant, the rest of it won't be. So I look at the second digit, which is a 2, so that means I'm going to be rounding down. So that means that 3 is going to stay as a 3. Now I can't say $3,248 is approximately $3, because it's not. It's still approximately 3,000. So I need to put some placeholder zeros in there. And so that means if I had $3,248 in my bank account, I would be saying I've got around $3,000. I'm estimating it, okay? So that would be one significant figure. If I wanted to write this number to two significant figures, remember the zeros at the start, we don't count those as significant. So two significant figures, I want to be able to write 2 digits after those. So we look at what the digit is that's following it, and the following digit is a 6, so that means I need to round up the previous value. So I'm going to write that, and I still need to use my placeholder zeros, 0.00, still there, and then I'm going to write 2 digits, 3, 1, because that 1's been rounded up. So that is two significant figures.